Hi, Hiram here. This morning I'm going to make myself a dry baked muffin using this fancy heat chafing fuel. We've done some boil tests on this and see that it's really slow. So a number of people have said this is probably a good idea for dry baking, because with that you want a real slow flame. Sorry, can't talk this morning. So I'm going to use my hardware cloth pot stand. I'm going to use the Olicamp 1 quart stainless steel cook kit. Inside I have the fan guard little thing to keep it up off the bottom of the pot. This lets the air circulate and keeps your muffin tin from actually coming in contact with the hot base of this. Now I'm using a muffin fan guard. You saw this in some other videos. But for people that can't get a hold of that, you could easily just make yourself, one of these cross offsetters like this. But I'm going to use the muffin fan guard. So let's light this. What I'm going to do today is Betty Crocker Blueberry. I'm making the full pack. So I'm using my larger cake pan. This is the one that's about 4 inches across by 2.5 inches tall. If I didn't want to use this is stainless steel, heavy stainless steel. I could go with something like this. This is something the Colorado camper put me onto. It's a crock pot bread and cake bake. It's an insert that goes into a crock pot, and it lets you cook with that. But it feels like it's aluminum, so it's kind of light. Might work, but I thought for my first test with this I'd try the stainless steel. So let me light this for any further ado. Okay, that's lit. Put on the pot stand. Put on the pot. Center the step up, or whatever you want to call it. Here's my muffin mix. I've greased the pan with Crisco on the inside. Just set that in there like that. And the lid. And let's see how long it takes for this. Okay, we're about 56 minutes into the bake. It's starting to smell pretty good. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. It's getting brown around the edges. Let's do the toothpick test. With blueberry, sometimes it's a little hard because the blueberries are wet, but stuff is still sticking to the toothpick. So let's let this go for a couple more minutes. Okay, we're now at 60 minutes, 1 hour. Let's do another doneness test. Stick the old, the blueberries are really, I think it's done. So let's take this off the burner. Just like so. This is the bad thing about this thing. If you have to blow it out, it leaves a lot of fumes. So you should always do this in a well ventilated area. I want to get a weight on this to see how much fuel was actually used in this. Okay, let's take this out. Looking good. Now comes the hardest part. You should let this set in the pan for a couple of minutes. Let it set up before you try to take it out. Otherwise you could just tear it all up into pieces. So I'll be back. Okay, it's been a little over 5 minutes. Had a phone call there. Let's see what our muffin looks like. Still a bit warm. Comes right out. Cool. A little bit of, I bet you that's a blueberry stuck on the bottom. Yeah. That's a problem with these mixes that have chocolate or blueberry in it. If it was just a plain muffin, there'd probably be no problems at all. I think you can see it looks really nice on the outside. Nice and brown. The bottom's a little dark, but it's not burned, it's just dark. Again, I think from the blueberries sitting on there. So let's see what happens when we cut this open. Smells good. Yeah, it looks like it's done. Can you see that? Nice and steamy. Looks good. So there you have it. I guess you can do muffins in this fancy heat can. Just takes a while. Over 60 minutes. It used 42.4 grams of the fuel in there. So I don't think it's an 80-gram can. Yeah. Wow. There's hardly anything in there. Can you hear it? Nothing sloshing around. So even though it says it consumed 42 grams, I don't think there's enough in there to do another one. So that means it costs us $1 for the muffin mix, nothing for the water, and $1 for the chafing fuel. So this is $2 basically. But it does work. So I thank you for watching. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions, and watch from my buddy Max. We're going to share this. Bye now.